President Bola Tinubu met on Tuesday with the Implementation Committee on Crude Oil and Refined Products Sales in Local Currency at the State House, Abuja. Minister of Finance Wale Edun, who chairs the committee, led the small delegation comprising the Chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, and the Group CEO of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari. The meeting commenced as fuel queues reappeared at many fuel stations in the Federal Capital Territory. Gahide Amodu reports.
At some minutes past 2 p.m. on Tuesday, members of the committee filed into the council chambers at State House, Abuja. They must have driven through some of the streets of Abuja and seen some of the long queues that had appeared at fuel stations. Residents believe that when these queues start forming, a petrol price increase at the pumps is imminent. In early October, the federal government began implementing a policy to sell crude oil to the Dangote refinery in Naira rather than US dollars. This, however, has not in any way mitigated the price volatility at fuel stations. Chairman of the Dangote Group says his refinery can bridge supply gaps as long as marketers and the NNPCL come to evacuate petrol from his facility.
I believe with this increase of the price, we are ramping up because it's a brand new refinery. So obviously we are now at about 420,000 barrels per day. We still have 1/3 to go. Once we get there, we have enough Naira crude, we'll be able to fully satisfy the market. But when NNPC refineries work going forward, then Nigeria will be actually one of the biggest exporter of petroleum products in history.
This confirms that independent marketers will now be brought into the fray to lift petrol from the refinery. And to take care of price volatility and unstable foreign exchange, the Afrexim Bank has now been brought in as an intermediary. This will ensure that all parties, the seller and the buyer of crude, are able to complete their transactions.
Market pricing of petroleum products, and relatedly, we have market pricing of foreign exchange. That has set the economy on the path to industrialization, because with private sector refining of crude oil, we now have raw materials, not just for agriculture, but for industry, for chemicals, for paints, for building materials, for textiles.
At the end of the day, we have also Afrexim Bank, which I think they are now going to be the go in between. You know, they will now make sure that they are going to be like the settlement bank, you know, between Dangote, other refiners, and NNPC in terms of crude, and then in terms of the selling of the products.
All parties at the meeting have expressed commitment to ensuring that implementation of local sale in Naira of crude petroleum to domestic refineries and the correlating sale of petroleum products in Naira is fully achieved. It goes without saying that despite all the promises by the committee to overcome teething problems and initial obstacles, what is important to Nigerians is the adequate fuel supply at prices that will not impact negatively on their lives. From State House, Abuja, Gahide Amodu, Trust TV News.